What do you want out? No! Wait! I'm sorry. Everyone says I talk before. You are an outsider. That wasn't an insult. How foolish of me. Maybe the fact that... Murder, thank you for open... Right. The beginning. My name's Fuska, daughter of Olaf, of the Ulfr tribe. My father is doing something I fundamentally cannot agree with. He's giving up on life because someone convinced him that, as a member of the Stone Wardens, it's the right thing to do. But I think it's pure madness, and I'll do whatever it takes to stop him. Calling? My calling was being brought into this world, wasn't it? And now he wants to abandon me, just like that? All for the sake of tradition? No, my outsider sent to me by Meder. I won't stand by and let him turn to stone just because someone decided to call a curse honor and grace. I asked him to convince my father to delay the sleep. But talking to him is just like trying to reason with a wall. Honestly, I'd throttle the old man myself if it wouldn't get me exiled from the tribe. Traditions, traditions. Everywhere I turn, it's those blasted traditions. Do you know what stone sleep truly is? It's a curse. A curse wrapped in fancy words and false honor. Think about it. The stone sleep is death in slow motion. First, it weighs down your soul, then your body. You stop moving, and the stone creeps over you. You never know if it'll take days, months, or years. You have no idea how long you'll hold on before the stone claims your heart or your mind. And our ancestors thought this was a blessing? To me, it's obvious. It's a curse, plain and simple. Honestly, I'm not sure. From what I've heard, there's no way to reverse the stone sleep. But maybe that's just a lie. I do have an idea, although it's risky, at least for me. For you, as an outsider, it shouldn't be too difficult. I'll explain if you agree to help. You could also try talking to my father. Just don't let him drown you in all that honor and tradition nonsense. I've had enough of it, and trust me, you will too. Near our settlement, there's a man called Frost. He's a nameless reader, exiled from our tribe long ago. Frost claims he created a potion that can reverse the stone sleep. I think they cast him out because he defied tradition and saved himself. I can't risk being seen with a nameless. If anyone caught me, it'd be over for me. I'd be as good as exiled, cut off from my father forever. That's why only you can help. No one will suspect you. Great! Give me your map. Here's where you'll find him. May Meder bless you for the help.
come to talk. Speak. Fuska. So she still thinks it's worth fighting? I've seen plenty like her father. Stubborn. Clinging to their traditions. They never listen. Even when the truth is staring them in the face. That girl's got spirit, though. Let's just say I have my own reasons for fighting the sleep. It's a curse, no matter what the Stone Wardens claim. If someone wants to avoid it, I'll do what I can to help. That's all you need to know. Yes, but the story is mine, not yours. What matters is what I can do for you, not what I've been through. Besides, the less you know about me, the safer you'll be. And trust is a luxury I can't afford. Maybe reversing the stone sleep isn't simple, and it's not always possible. The process isn't just physical. It's tied to the soul. If Ulf's already far along, this might only delay the inevitable. What do you need? I won't be the one brewing this potion. Here's the recipe. Just don't come crying to me if you blow yourself up in the process. Don't take too long. Time isn't something Ulf has much of. And remember, don't tell anyone you've been here. If the Ufer catch wind of me, this hiding spot becomes my grave.
It's you. Do you need something? I guarantee my armor will...
Of course she doesn't. But Fusca must understand. I know she loves me. She proves it every time she cares for this hardening, but my mind is made up. It's my right to decide how I leave this world. And my time has come. You won't convince me otherwise. So let me guess. Fusca sent you. That girl is so stubborn. I can see her pain, but I've carried my own for long enough. It's time for me to go, and I want to go on my terms. This isn't just about tradition. I want the stone sleep. Here, close to Arn, and the others. If you take this from me, you take my dignity and my freedom. I'm glad we could come to an understanding. I couldn't be more grateful. If I may ask, please look after Fusca. I believe, in time, she'll come to understand. And maybe even forgive me.
Yes? I'd feel taken care of if you hadn't let my father die. Get out of my sight! I want nothing to do with you, traitor! What was I thinking? Trusting someone outside the tribe? How foolish I've been. Maybe one day I'll understand why my father chose tradition over me. But you know the worst part? Deep down, I already know you're right. I kept hoping his love for me would be stronger. Well, I'm not the first nor the last child to let their longing for closeness cloud their judgment. Now leave me, and thank you, despite everything. You're right. Me...
Well met, Trap. The girl must not have been happy about it, huh? But there was no other way. Olaf had been longing for the stone sleep for years, afraid it might never come for him. But Fusca will understand in time. I'll send someone to check on her, just to make sure she doesn't do... You know, outsider, now that I think of it, our Brotherhood has a problem that might suit someone of your questionable talents. If you complete it, I'll be impressed. None of our own brothers have managed it yet. Go to the heart of the mountain, not far from here. Beneath a heap of stone lies the entrance to a very important place. Buried, thanks to Tryggvi. Once he began taking the giant's power for himself, he decided the Stone Warden Brotherhood no longer suited his vision for the Dalrita. So he brought the whole thing down, sealed off the heart of our work, the place where the Brotherhood once fulfilled its true purpose. We've tried to clear it. We failed. I suspect magic was involved. Even the Thoid, those few who don't share our mutual dislike, would have no help. Here. This is the song we used to sing to get inside. It should work. I don't know why it doesn't work for us anymore. Maybe you'll find the right tones to move the blasted pile of stones. The Forgeborn, no doubt. And likely a pack of ice abominations. Something must have quelled the Forgeborn's flame. The Forgeborn fed our forge, and its flame never died. That's all I can say until the mat. If you fail, the secret... Vile things. Woman-shaped. Cursed. No idea where they came from, but they can freeze a man to the bone. One alone couldn't bring down the Forgeborn, which means there must be a whole swarm. Hard to say what they feed on. But the Forgeborn hasn't rekindled, so I assume they're still in there. The Forgeborn, and then by all means, try. If you fail, you won't be the first. Others have tried. All of them failed. And don't forget to rid the place of whatever it was that smothered the Forgeborn. It should recover on its own, if the threat is gone. Until... Well met, So we felt. I truly didn't believe you'd manage it. But from the beginning, I sensed something in you. Something different, perhaps. Not entirely natural. In any case, remarkable work. Accept this gift in thanks for what you've done. Ah, yes. I did, didn't I? The Forge Board is one of the Brotherhood's greatest achievements, and one of its darkest sins. Generations ago, a master named Orhan grew convinced the other brothers sought to steal his smithing secrets. In the frenzy of paranoia, he sang a guardian into being, then another, each more volatile than the last, until his creation slipped beyond his control. He did, though they say he showed no signs until it was far too late. Our Forgeborn is one of his final works, and one of the most powerful. It's a miracle we managed to claim it, to bend its fire to our service, without letting it slip into Blood Rage. Now you understand why its existence must remain secret. Were the offer to learn what fuels our forge, it would be the end of the Brotherhood, with or without Thrigva to lead the charge. Maybe. But first, we talk. And I expect you to speak plainly. Lie to me, and you can forget I ever saw you as anything close to an equal. Let alone someone honorable enough to join the Stone Warden Brotherhood without Dalrita blood. You understand? Good. I heard what you did in Kunakt, with their Minhir, fading fast until you passed by. That wasn't a coincidence. And I'll admit, the last task, the collapsed entrance and the Forgeborn, that was a test. I needed proof for a theory of mine. Now tell me, you're not alone, are you? You carry a power only the Four Dwellers ever had. No need to explain. I already have my suspicions. There's more to you. Or someone inside you. Someone important. Someone with the power to bend Avalon's fate. If I were you, I'd keep that particular companion well hidden among the Dalrita. We have our own legends about King Arthur. Like it or not, we owe him for bringing us to Avalon and granting us these lands. That our king will return, awaken our giants, and command the weirdness to serve him. And watching how you handle places thick with the cursed mist, I'd wager the king's return is near. But the truth is, you're handling the weirdness faster and better than anyone I've ever seen. And there's got to be a reason for that. So if I'm right, and I may very well be, then I have a task truly fit for King Arthur himself. And that's no figure of speech. It's in a place only a returning king could ever reach. It's about our lost tribe. Not Gunvalr, who was slaughtered to the last, but Orkrata, who truly vanished. Many of our Stone Warden kin were among them, including our former commander, Hovar. Honor demands we find them and lay them to rest properly. The trouble is, not a single body has ever been found. Despite all our searching, the finest fine hunters overturned every stone and came back with nothing. The trail leads to the gate of the Four Dwellers in an abandoned village. We sang to the stones, trying to open it, but the gate wouldn't budge. Once it glowed blue, but that was all. That tells me something far more powerful than any Dalrita blacksmith or miner is guarding it from within. I don't know. but I expect you'll find the Ogurata there. One way or another. Mother only knows what might have happened behind this weirdness gate for it to be so fortified. With power that strong. Complete this task, and you'll be worthy of joining the Stone Warden Brotherhood. If you achieve this, miracle, believe me, whether or not you're Dalrita will no longer matter. Ask your inner friend for help if you're scared. May Mother's strength guide your hand in battle. Until next time.
What are you looking for? The guild never stopped up. It wasn't the first. The druids were the first target. And the plan was, we preferred to disappear on our own terms. Our guild was indeed formed in Camelot. But the Thoid tribe is the only one that doesn't fear magic. The guild saw my potential. May math. I see the burden you carry, though you hide it well. I see the burden you can't. What do you... May ma...
so there are people here. For you! I was starting to worry I'd gotten lost. Yeah, this is quite a peculiar place to live, isn't it? Very empty. Very still. Oh, me? I was supposed to meet a friend here. Not you. Although, I am very glad to see you. I meant my other dear friend, Wynne. She made me a promise I'd visit her someday and, well, here I am. It's just, I couldn't exactly send word ahead. And it looks like she might be out? Gladly. Wynne's a merchant, just like me. She even promised to share some tips. Said our whole tribe's known for being excellent traders. Maybe that's what's happened. They've all gone off to trade somewhere. I've heard that merchants travel in flocks, sometimes. I only hope she's keeping herself safe this time. When I first met her, I actually saved her from a terrible fate. She mistook a kelpie for a horse. Can you believe it? I found her just moments before he would have dragged her underwater. Normally, I wouldn't step between a kelpie's teeth and his next meal. But we'd known each other quite well once, and he was rather mad at me. Luckily, he forgot all about Wynne. Lucky for her, I mean. Less lucky for me. But all's well that ends well, right? And I got a new friend out of it. 5 years? 10? I'm not very good with time. Or numbers, really. I think it's the numbers that are the problem. But you know how it goes. You mean to visit, and then something comes up, so you reschedule, and then you forget entirely. Keep thinking, there's something I was meant to do. And then poof, you wander into the very place you were supposed to be all along. So, anyway, I'm here now, and that's what counts, isn't it? Has it? Really? Dear me, how time flies. Oh, I may have severely underestimated how long I've spent in this realm. It hardly feels like a century at all. But that means... Oh no! Oh dear, tell me! Humans aren't known to live nearly 200 years, are they? Well, I suppose that makes me a rather terrible friend, doesn't it? So much time has passed, and this land is still such a mystery to me. There's so much I haven't seen, haven't learned. Could you do me a favour? Wynne once told me she lived in a house with painted doors. The only one like it in the whole settlement. Would you be so kind as to bring me something of hers? A keepsake? Something to remind me a bit more mindful next time. Thank you. That means a great deal to me. I'll place it with the rest of my treasures, somewhere safe, where I won't accidentally sell it again. That's happened once, or twice. Oh, I have. Well, almost. I saw a 7-leaf clover. I wanted to pick it, but I got chased off by a bear. I also found a hazelnut with a pearl inside. Funnily enough, the pearl still tasted like a hazelnut. I ate something, that's for sure. My feet were tingling for an hour afterwards. I don't know. It's a bizarre place. The people here are obsessed with weaponry, to the point where they get offended at my lack of interest
and want to fight me about it. They also want to fight me for no reason at all. I was called a bloody Pict, a bloody Theod, and a bloody outsider. And I only know what the last one means. But on the other hand, I did manage to sell some of my wares. Although, the haggling here can go on for ages. Well, first of all, while I appreciate your honesty, there are times when it's not needed to this extent. You try trading for things like a firstborn child or a song that nobody's heard in hundreds of years, and then suddenly find out everything's just worth gold. How am I supposed to know what the conversion rate is? I could still trade in the traditional way, but what would I even do with a child? And I do like songs, but just listening at the window of a tavern is much less of a hassle. Oh! Oh, that's... I'll have you know, this is not funny. It's needlessly cruel. Trust me, I know a thing or two about that. Those shackles are horrible. I'm getting hives from just looking at them. Where did you even get them? Trap me? Why? I didn't do anything to her. This time, I'm quite sure about it. That's disturbingly familiar. She would have made me feel right at home if I'd annoyed someone much more important and powerful. But that is precisely why I left in the first place. Humans were supposed to be different, better. That was the entire point. And that's what makes it worse, don't you see? When you've lived most of your life among pettiness and cruelty, at least you expect it. But when you hope for something better, and it still ends like this, I look at these shackles, and I feel something inside of me wither. Something I didn't even know was there. It's the ugliest feeling, and I really, really don't like feeling ugly. I think I am too. This really is a day full of new emotions. I just wish there were some of the better ones. Unless there are no better ones, and that was a lie as well. I never thought I'd say this, but I think I want to go home. And I don't mean my little cave near Kunacht. I mean home, the Fey realm. I just have to be very careful once I'm back. Today proved I've gone soft, living among you lot. Soft and naive. A truly lethal combination, for me at least. I wouldn't say best, but what else is there for me? I've lost my enthusiasm for your kind once and for all. The Fey realm is what it is, brutally honest, and just brutal as well. Well, I suppose it's been nice knowing you. Thank you for opening my eyes. Here, take this. Something to remember me by. And goodbye. I guess we'll never see each other again. Oh. That's... I think... I never... Just... That's true. You're different. You've been good and kind. Just like I always hoped humans would be. Do you think there are more humans out there like you? Oh, really? Name one. All right. You win, I'll stay. Maybe I'll get lucky and meet an entire second kind, good human of my own. Another one. Because I've already met you. And you know what? I'm glad for it. I'd like to give you something, but not to remember me by, because I'll still be here. But I hope you find it useful.
They said the Queen would come with gifts, but all she brought was stillness. They said the Queen...
My fingers snapped off like twigs. And I didn't even feel it until they were gone. My... cold. It's so cold. Oh, Veiled One, have mercy on us. I should not have doubted. I never should have doubted. The Queen of Winter. The Veiled One. Kailach. She watched over us, blessed us with so many gifts, but we were unworthy. We betrayed her and now we pay the price. I was once Shauna, priestess of Kailach, keeper of the herd. But now I am no one. I don't deserve my name. I was faithless. I ruined us all. The days grew colder, the night darker. We once lived in abundance with creatures to hunt and wares to sell. Not even swine dared tread where we roamed. Shielded by Kailach's blessing. Our goods were coveted all across the forlorn swords. But then the animals vanished. The wealth dried up. And my faith, it faltered. Now I see. I never should have doubted. The sacred herd, the weird deers of the Veiled One. They were mine to watch over, mine to protect, but they belonged to the goddess. They were never mine to give. I saw their blood staining the snow and understood the meaning of sacrilege. The gold coins felt heavy in my pocket, but my soul felt heavier still. The coins still burn in my pocket, even after all this time.
So bright, it blinded my eyes, and now I see only white. The snow...
dares to stand before the Queen of Winter? Let me have a look at you. Your soul is strong. Nothing like those mewling weaklings who dared to call themselves my chosen. Have you come to bow before me? Impudent! You reek of sun, warmth, and drying leaves. Of a world that knows no winter. Don't mistake me for your pathetic all-mother. I am no merciful goddess. I demand respect. Ah, I see you were never taught manners. Pity. I would freeze the breath in your lungs so you'd never utter such an insult again. But I am going to need that breath to leave this place. I may not be your goddess, but your body will serve me well, whether you like it or not.
You've returned. What news do you bring of Oriata? What? The legend was true. Incredible. Please accept my apologies, my lord. I never intended to put you in danger.
I believe he's speaking to me. Allow me to respond. So, you tried to dispose of my friend here. Is this the famed honor of the Del Rita?
My lord, I would never wish harm upon you or your vessel. I only sought to be certain it was truly you before sharing our Brotherhood's most guarded secret. Believe me, my lord, you won't be disappointed. This could be the very weapon you need upon your return. The Stone Warden Brotherhood has always remained loyal to you, as sworn by Ephraim the First, who had the honor of knowing you.
Ephraim. I remember him well. A loyal warrior, a wise man. I'm glad he founded the Stone Warden Brotherhood. Then, Darvan, grant us knowledge of this secret.
Of course, my lord. You need only walk the Jarl's path. At its end, you'll find the chamber where we guard our greatest weapon.
Then lead on. Let us walk the path.
Yes, my king. I shall await you at the entrance. When you're ready, I'll open the way. You're here, my king. And you, friend of our Brotherhood. Beyond these doors lies what you've been searching for. I trust you'll keep this secret to yourselves. Here, this is the song that'll grant you passage. I know the door will yield before you. A great power, thankfully tamed. A meeting with what made us who we are now. I can tell you no more. You must see it with your own eyes. I wouldn't dare. What waits within, I've already seen it long ago, and I know what it demands. But if a moment comes, one that calls for a choice, I trust you. No, brother.
So, it is you. You finally come. Set us free. We only wanted to know you.
We cannot endure this any longer.
Grant us freedom. You are different from the others. We cannot endure this any longer. Yes, we were trying to communicate with you. Only the Del Rita answered our call. In return, we shared the secret of singing weird steel from stone with them. We were friends once.
Ephraim, known as the First, bound us with words of power. He said, "We will protect you and your knowledge will be ours."
We thought that teaching you would grant us freedom. Freedom to return to our people.
But no. He bound us instead, calling it protection. And he demanded we repay the debt with our knowledge. Almost. At first we settled nearby and built a workshop where we tried to communicate with you. We were binding your gods to grant us a voice, but we were interrupted and forced to flee to the mountains.
That's where we met Ephraim. The only one who didn't raise a fist against us. He wanted to speak with us.
We want to be free. Please, expand the space that confines us. Remove the chains that bind us. Only then can we leave this place. We will make no more promises to humankind.
You will have to trust us, as we trusted you centuries ago. We will make no more promises to humankind. But are you sure those words are truly your own?
Expand the space, break our chains. The thing inside you holds the power to widen the source.
Well then, what do you make of it?
You grant us freedom, and ask nothing in return.
And you mean to offer us death? Even so, it is better than a life in chains.
May your blood open the path back to our home.
And may your king finally repay his debt.
You're here. I heard there was a battle, but those might there be my witness. Then this is the end. The end of the Stone Wardens. Without the Foredweller, perhaps it was meant to be. I'll have the brothers focus entirely on weapon making. When we're gone, there will be no one. Thank you for intervening, my lord. It is an honor to welcome you should you ever need anything. Well then, I won't argue with you, but you should know, without it, the Stone Wardens would crumble, and with them, the art of stone singing. I don't need to tell you how important weird through touch. Those who prove their worth to the Brotherhood are allowed into their chamber. There, they receive, well, you might call it a blessing. The knowledge transfers directly into the brother's mind. Over time, they're granted the gift of slipping into the Stone Dream. Every brother of the Stone Wardens knows. But don't misunderstand. We've wanted to release those poor souls for years. None of us, however, have mastered the weirdness well enough to break their chains. That's why I look to you, hoping you can right the wrongs left by our founder. I want their knowledge to stay with us, but for them to finally gain their freedom. Why does that surprise you? For us, the body turns to stone, but the mind journeys beyond, to the heart of pure potency, to the very essence. That is the ultimate. I trust that with the King's advice, you'll make the right choice.
so we shall keep ours.
Now I will fulfill my promise to you, sister. Go, and warn our kin of what humans are capable of.
I will go. You may join me. This mortal has proven worthy.
I cannot. My soul is tainted with hatred. I cannot return to the source. May my blood and that of the mortal cleanse me of my anger. Then we shall meet again.
Until we meet again, my brother. Thank you, mortal.
It is true. You are the first mortal in ages to prove worthy of our knowledge, and yet I must kill you in battle or fall trying. Only through this can I purify my soul and return to my kin.
You're here. I heard there was a battle, but those liars must have sealed the entrance. Mater be my witness. I would have fought by your side. Praise Mother, and to you, great King Arthur, and to you, his trusted confidant. Thanks to you, the Brotherhood endures, and the heavy burden of our founder's sin has been lifted. I'll notify the brothers to focus all our efforts on forging weapons. There's no rush, but we will put the knowledge to good use. Thank you for intervening, my lord. And to you, my friend. It is an honor to welcome you to the Stone Warden Brotherhood. From now on, my home is your home. Should you ever need anything, you'll find me at the Stone Warden's Hall.
You fought bravely, and I have heard your will. Me, the new chieftain. I never sought this, but if that's what the tribe needs, then I'll do my best.
A fine choice, truly. You got the heart for this, and the tribe needs someone like you to lead. You fought for the Ulfr in ways few others have. Let's hope the weight of leadership only strengthens you further. And you've done well, choosing wisely when the tribe needed it most.
I'm humbled, really. I'll make sure our tribe is strong and united, and yes, I'll go to the moot. The Ulfr will have their voice. Thank you for everything you did. We surely couldn't have made it without you. Now that you've spoken to the giants and put Thrigvi down, she might... I hope the voices are silent. I couldn't have done this without you. You have my deepest gratitude, and that of every Ulfr. First, I need to get this Thrigvi nonsense out of their heads. That'll be the hardest part. Ulfr might be stubborn, but we're not fools. Once they see Thrigvi, before long he'll be nothing more than a cautionary tale we tell our children. After that, we honor what the moot decides. If it means war, then we march. And there's nothing the Ulfr love more than bat. You have my thanks and my respect. It's been a long time since the Ulfr had a...
Well met. Until...
Yes? Ah, that cursed stagfather of theirs. Even weakened, they would have been an important war that might never happen if we failed to gather enough strength. Well then, if they prefer to worship a god who slaughtered, if that's truly their... How did you manage to convince the Twoid tribe? You've done the impossible. And I want to give you an artifact the Twoid... Here. A part to the king's armor they were tasked with guarding. It will age. Could it be that the Volker have uncovered the truth about Mother? Unbelievable. Of all the tribes, I thought the Volker... Take these pieces of the king's... A gift in return for the help you gave him. You have no idea how glad I am that the threat of Tryggve has passed, and that the members of the Ulfred tribe are always the first to fight. Without them, we could forget about any real war effort, especially... So, allow me to offer you a gift in thanks for aiding their tribe. A unique piece of our king. Go now, my king, and reclaim your...
I am his burden, the man beneath the myth. voice that time forgot, the name that was never enough. He was the man beneath the crown. He was the voice that doubted, the heart that still beat beneath the weight of legend.
First, you used these people to win yourself a kingdom, and now you herded them here under threat of being stomped to death by giants if they leave or disobey. After all that they've gone through, all that they've done, all that they've suffered, this is how you intend to repay them?
No kingdom will stand with people like them within its borders. They would have to change their ways. The Del Rita are not ready for this. You know this.
You did worse than all of them combined, and you are the one responsible for all they've done so far. They fought for your name and under your banners. Does this mean you're not fit to be a king? Not ready to have a kingdom?
I left the heritage of Pendragon behind me. I severed the ties between myself and my tribe. I lost all that tied me to the past when I became king. I set a new path for myself. They are not ready to do that.
Bullshit! You forced them to go against their sacred traditions. You destroyed their identities. They betrayed their comrades because you ordered them to. They kidnapped the children of the giants because you told them to do it. Everything they did was so that you could win this war. And now what? You're going to punish them for being your best, fiercest soldiers, most loyal of your men?
This is not...
So stop with your excuses already. You broke them, and now you're abandoning them to starve or freeze to death in these damned lands.
This kingdom needs to be built on peace, Caradoc. Letting them live among merchants, lords, and ladies in Camelot or Timberwall. How would that go?
Exactly as anyone would expect it to go.
So we would end up with a civil war. Right after we won the war that almost annihilated us all.
Oh, damn you. I've had enough. I stood by you through everything. Even what you did to me. To Seawall. I let it all slide. I told myself it was for something. For a noble cause. But this is where I draw the line. I renounce my oaths, and I'm walking away. Put a blade in my back if that helps you sleep. I don't care. Not anymore.
Now I remember it all. I left the best of my people here. I betrayed their loyalty. And for what? Everything is in ruin. Everything I struggled to build is corrupted. This land, it had a glorious past, but it has no future. There is no way to save it. I know. I see it now. And it was my decision that cost them the ability to grow and change. I may have been right about the diagnosis. Now I see I could have been wrong about the cure. The tribes helped us win the war. They were fearless and followed every order. They were the most loyal of all. But I left them broken. And after the war, their bloodlust was insatiable. I had to do something. This felt like the only choice. The giants sided with our enemy. We had to find a way to remove them from the equation. So, under cover of night, the tribes stole their children. I told the giants their offspring were our hostages, and that we would slaughter them if they refused to bend the knee. One of the most humiliating moments of that whole war. Both for me, and for the Del Rita. I come from the Pendragon bloodline. A heritage drenched in as much blood as that of the Del Rita. A heritage that pillaged and fought in the homelands for longer than anyone can remember. And unable to build anything that withstood the test of time. I decided to leave it behind me when we won the war against the Four-Dwellers, and built our kingdom on Avalon on stronger foundations. Now we've seen that my bloodline must have been cursed. Caradoc had the clearest eyes of any of us. He saw things for what they were. And I think I destroyed that. Destroyed him with all I did. I turned him into this. And now he's only a shadow of the man I once knew. He used to carry hope. Now all he carries is vengeance. There's nothing left. Nothing worth saving. Nothing worth rebuilding. I gave everything I had to this land. My blood, my soul, my name. And the land devoured it all. I betrayed the ones who believed in me. I cut down the men who fought for me. I turned away from my own blood to build something better. And all I built was another ruin. I thought I was forging a future. I was just extending the fall. Do what you want. There's nothing about this land that I recognize anymore. All I've ever done got turned into dust, corrupted against my intentions, destroyed. Why bother?
Future King, you return. Speak your will through the mortal you now inhabit. Is it time for us to awaken? have waited for this moment for ages. We shall return to the home of our ancestors. We are grateful for this decision. Your will shall be done.
We are ready to begin the moot. We were only waiting for your return, once and future king. You were strong enough to walk the king's thread, and you conquered it. What is your will, my king? What decision have you made regarding the giants? I understand your decision, though I struggle to accept it. We had the chance to end the war once and for all, and instead we are left with a fragile peace. I only hope that the threat of the weirdness is real enough that Camelot will turn its strength toward protecting the people, and not, once again, to march on our lands. Thank you, my king, for your intervention. I, the voice of the Dalrida tribes, accept your decision with humility and gratitude.
We could have defeated Camelot once and for all. I should have known this was the decision the king would make. We should at least be thankful he did not side with Camelot.
So the giants have returned to their sleep. They have gone to the place where they shall meet the mother and my tribe. It is a wise decision. No one should hold such power. Had I stood in your place, I might have chosen the same. And we, the Dalrida, shall endure.
I know not everyone will be pleased about losing the giants, but I believe it was the best decision we could have made. The Dalriata spent too long cowering like children before their greatness, and I had grown weary of giants sitting on the throne. Now we can finally be free. I wonder how the forlorn swords will change now that the threat of the giants has passed. Now the Dalriata will either return to Mather's care or finally learn to take responsibility for their own lives without leaning on higher powers. The Dalriata lived too long in the Giant's shadow. At last, we have the chance to rule ourselves. The Dalriata lived too long.
Thank you for everything you have done for us. We have a chance for a new beginning. It is good that the king did not command an attack on Camelot. Too much blood would have been spilled. Thank you for
I always wanted to see Camelot. Truth is, I wanted to take it. Maybe my descendants will succeed, where I did not. Camelot might have fallen if we had received the Giant's support. As it stands, we'll have to fend for ourselves.
Now the Thoid shall have a chance to be reborn. For that,
I always wanted to seek up.